What's up, everybody? It's Caroline here from the DET team with tips to help you test your best. This week I have my friend Vanessa with me, and we're going to be talking about anxiety. Do you ever get nervous before a big test?
I do. Tests are a big deal. Why wouldn't I get nervous?
Yeah, I think everybody does. So we're going to give you 7 tips today to help reduce that anxiety and test your best.
Before we give you our 7 tips for test anxiety, we're actually going to talk about sports for a little bit because sports and tests have more in common than you think.
That's right. If you've ever played sports, which most people in most cultures around the world love sports, you know that feeling of being really nervous before a big match or a big game or a race that you're running? That feeling is actually very similar to how you might feel before a big test. So we're stealing a couple of strategies from sports coaches to minimize that anxiety and get you in the right headspace to take your test.
The first strategy is lowering significance and stakes of results.
So in sports, this might look like your coach giving you a pep talk to get you in the right mindset and feeling confident, or even a pep rally where you have friends and family around you rooting and cheering you on. For the DET, there's a couple of different tips we can give you to lower the significance and stakes of results. First one is about the availability of the test.
That's right. Just think about it. The DET allows you to take the test 24 hours a day, whether you're a morning person, a night owl, you're a stay-at-home parent, doesn't matter what your schedule is, you can take the test whenever you'd like. There's always somebody who's going to be ready to proctor it for you. And besides that, think of where you can take the test. You can take it from your desk at home, your couch, even your bed. So go ahead, grab your coziest outfit, and just make sure that you're in a private environment because we do need you to take the test by yourself.
Totally. I like to put on like a power suit when I do something like this, so I'm the opposite person. Like I like to be sitting at my desk with like a really bright like blazer on in the zone. So that can help you out as well. And communicating with people in your living space to, kind of like stay out of your room and give you privacy for an hour can also help kind of create a little cheering squad in your own house. So make sure you do that before taking the test. The second tip would be taking the test twice if you can afford to do so, or if you can get a waiver from your university to do so. So we actually are offering a deal where you can get 2 tests for 20% off. And this way you will have less anxiety about one performance because you know you'll have another one coming. Or if you already got a great score on the first time, your second time you might do even better because you're less worried. Okay, so strategy number 2 is called habituation. This is a big word, but it basically just means getting used to doing the thing. So in sports, this means practicing all the time. It means having friendly matches or scrimmages, or even running the course before the race so you know what to expect.
Exactly, and for the DET, it's the same thing. We want to get you comfortable, which is why we offer a practice test that you can take as many times as you want, and it's always free. The third strategy is dispelling doubt and raising confidence. So what does this mean in sports? Well, basically it means that a coach won't always expect the best from their athletes all the time.
Right, so that's why a coach makes a game plan about what strategies to do for each quarter, or even what pitches to do for each player in baseball. So for the DET, try not to expect perfection from yourself. Just do the best for every play. It really helps out that you're not penalized any more for a wrong answer than you are for a blank answer. So always just try your best. A guess is okay, and it can only help you, not hurt you. Also, try to do as much as you can. Rather than focus on giving the perfect answer in an open-ended writing or speaking question, just do as much as you can. As long as your response is still relevant to the topic, that can also help you out in terms of scoring.
Strategy number 4 is not feeling judged.
Yeah, so this is like how a coach on a sports team is going to make sure the team has a sense of community. It's a really positive environment. No one is going to judge you for making a mistake or not doing your best on every single performance.
That's right, and for the DET, just know that our proctors are not here to judge you.
Yeah, and that's another great thing about the DET for a lot of test takers, is that there's nobody watching you as you're taking the test. All of our proctoring is actually done afterwards when your test is uploaded into our system during that 2-day review period.
Strategy number 5 is redirection of attentional focus.
And again, that's kind of a fancy way of saying something that's a simple concept. This is getting your mind off of the big performance, whether it's the sports game or taking the DET or another test. So athletes will do warm-ups, they'll play games together as a team. This helps them just kind of not have any free time to feel anxious.
So before you take the DET, think about doing things such as meditating or practicing some breathing techniques. You can find a lot of free and amazing content on YouTube to help you do that.
Yeah, and if that feels like too serious or not really you, you can even listen to some music or watch a TV show or read a book. Bonus points if you do this in English because that gets you in the right mindset without making you too nervous.
Strategy number 6 is emotional regulation.
So one way that athletes actually do this is through what's called progressive muscle relaxation. So they'll focus on a muscle group and kind of tense and relax it. This does two things. One, it warms your muscles up to get you ready for the game. And two, it also gets your mind off of any nervousness or anxiety that you have about the performance.
So how can you relax while taking the DET? Well, think about our proctors. They're actually required to take the test so they know exactly what it feels like to go through what you're going through. And actually, they completely understand if you need to take a short breath, a deep breath, drink some water. It's normal to just take a quick break during your test to relax.
Just don't leave the room. Also, remember that you will not get a better score by moving more quickly through each question. So let's say you finish a question early and you have like 15 seconds remaining on your timer. That can be a really good time to just like take a deep breath in, hold it for a second, let it out. That actually really helps your body to calm down.
Strategy number 7 is present guided thinking.
So in sports, this is how athletes focus on the game that they're playing right at that moment, and maybe even just the play that they're doing right at that moment. They're not thinking about past failures or even past wins. They're not thinking about future games. It's really about being in the moment right now.
And I suggest you do that while taking the DET. Think about the question you have in that moment.
Yeah, another great thing about the DET is that, first of all, it's adaptive. So don't be too worried if you're going to mess up on one question. You can redeem yourself later in the test. And the second thing is you can't really go back and forth between questions, right? So this really helps with present guided thinking because you can only see the question that you're answering at that moment.
That's it for all our tips. We hope that this was helpful.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us a comment down below if you have a good tip for reducing performance anxiety. That's all for this one. We'll see you in the next one. Best of luck and we believe in you. Bye, test takers.